Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Slipways, where I guess we ought to start today by addressing the thing that everybody's already reacting to. I see some of you out there recoiling from your speakers in terror. I got a new microphone. I got kind of an expensive new microphone, actually. A piece of professional audio gear for audio professionals. The old microphone was something I bought for very cheap when I did not think I was going to be taking this YouTube thing seriously at all, and honestly, it's probably well past time for an upgrade, and I'm pretty happy with some of the results already. I've spent kind of the whole day messing with it. I really like the fact that you can no longer hear my voice echoing off of the back wall of the room with everything I say, and also, this is going to give me a lot more control over what non-voice sounds make it into the recording, such as things from the hallway and whatnot. But of course, necessarily the sound is going to be different, and I'm not entirely happy with where it is just yet. I think over the next couple of days, we're maybe going to be going on a little bit of an audio journey. So apologies if that's a bummer for people. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. Anyway, let's play some Slipways. So I said at the end of last week that we were going to try stepping it up to tough this week, and we totally will. But for easing back into things after the long weekend, I think let's play one more on challenging. I found a sector that has some modifiers that I don't think I've ever played with before, so let's just feel this out. So we're starting with, and here's the sector code, obviously. So we're starting with Project Focus. Replaces the Empire-size scoring with 150 stars for each planet with a planetary project. So remember, we usually get 2,000 stars for Empire size. I could push a little harder and try to get to 50 planets more often, which would add only another 400 stars. So that's 14, right? Can I do math? 14 planets, or 14 planetary projects to get to 2,000 this way. I mean, that seems pretty doable depending on what exactly our factions decide to show us. So an unusual thing to try to bend our build around here. And then Inhospitable gives us 5% bonus score in exchange for there being no Earth-like planets. That does have me a little bit worried. I'm not so concerned about what that's going to do to our population as I am about the loss of Gaia worlds. I really, really like Gaia worlds now. But, I think we can start our faction building here by looking for, a solution to both of our problems, Genesis cells. Also, can't help but notice that the Dender do have prosperity available this time. This perk just seems so good. It's very hard for me to imagine not taking it in a game where it is offered to us, especially a game where the Dender are already a faction that we want to pick. So we also have access to disease eradication. That's a pretty solid early project. And it gives you +1 happiness. So the worst case scenario, this is neutral, but if you can spend the person, it's just amazing. Habitat on asteroids, weather manipulation could be useful. The nanites are here. And the Elysium project. I would actually love to see this happen. And it's going to be tough to feed each basic resource into a planet, but it does give you a lot of ways to dump goods in the late game, provided of course that you can deal with all of the slipways that have already been laid down. And then who else even has good projects? Okay, Vittoria have Slip Amplifier this time, and also Wave Augmentation. That's pretty cool. And Enlightenment. Actually, it's a very project-heavy, yeah, wow. It is a very project-heavy lineup. I will say that I think Slip Amplifiers is pretty compelling because this is not limited in what types of planets you can build it on. Every planet could take a Slip Amplifier. So at the end of the game, if you have a bunch of money left over, you just very directly convert bank into points, into stars. It seems pretty compelling. And then the Euphorians have brain-machine interface. Okay, that's not nothing. A little bit of gene adjustment. Obviously, hyperdrive is bananas. Yeah, this is a pretty compelling start. It does feel very familiar though. Do the Bakar have projects? They have that thing. They have gravitic mining. Fusion plants are not projects, but they are good. Starbirth is pretty cool. Oh, right. The Silphid have flexible fabrication. That's very compelling. Maybe our third faction is Silphid? What did the Ephorians have that I like? Well, I mean, first of all, what they have that I like is hyperdrives. I am totally a sucker for the hyperdrive. So do I maybe want to replace the Vittori? What if we ran this way? I guess that does remove the slip amplifier. But we can brain machine interface every world just as easily. And this gives us access to, I mean, admittedly, a lot of the same strategies that we have been using a lot, but we'll mess with things, you know, we'll mess with things strategy-wise later. This is our sort of our easing back in game. I think I like this setup a lot. So do we want goods from remnant planets? If we have repurposing, that does seem less important. But I guess we could discard the Silphid for the Vittori and just take novelty traders instead, right? And then that gets us our bonus Slipway range back. Yeah, maybe that is the right thing to do. So we do this instead of taking early bonus science? Is that right? I mean, this is very powerful. And it gets you a really easy source of an extremely valuable two-way trade, which can be good if you have the Ephorians on your council, because they're going to give you two-way trade missions. You know what? Let's try it this way. Let's try it without taking all of the bonus science, and maybe I'm going to regret that. But it is a little bit of a bummer to just be like using the same, the exact same perks all the time. And granted, I did take prosperity here. Can I get all 5 of there? No, there's no way, right? Okay, so we could grab these 4, then those 4. Actually, let's start with the 5 here. We can figure this out from there. Okay. That maybe gives us something to work with. If we can get some minerals down to this forge world to make robots. Let's see what's up here. That mineral world is definitely not able to reach those robots. Can we get a little bit lucky on this one? Okay, sort of. Ah, the remnant world can't reach the ocean, though. So I'm assuming if I destroy this asteroid, yeah, okay, those can connect. So obviously we don't blow that up now. I just wanted to test the route. So if we do food from here, we go over to the remnant world for the chips. No, wait, shoot. Yeah, that's a problem because effectively we need 3 of the remnant / forge world outputs. We need mineral to make robots at the forge world or to make chips. And then we need either chips or robots, whatever else we didn't get from somewhere else. On top of, well, no, we have a plan for the food, but okay, we could use this world to produce food if we have sources of biomass nearby. So maybe it's like, okay, you cannot reach the jungle world. You know what? Just show me what's over here. Wow. Okay, that's a really bad outcome. How in the hell are we going to do this? Where is the place where we can actually settle? Can you reach all the way across the wormhole to the remnant world? You cannot. So And this mineral world cannot reach that forge world, and that forge world can't really reach anything anyway, so it wouldn't matter. This is a tough one. I mean, what we can do is just sort of like pick a direction and hope. Start running off into some direction. And we're pretty close on this. If there's anything out here, any forge worlds or remnant worlds out here, then we're fine. Perhaps foolishly, I'm gonna commit to this one because we just have to do something. All right, not a great start. Can we reach that? We can. Okay. So... all right, actually, that's really good news. So we do have a mineral world here. So we can do minerals to robots for this. Well, no, that doesn't quite work, does it? Because that cuts off where I was going to send the robots for food. And if we send them down here for food, then I can't get... I would like to get chips from one remnant world and goods from the other. But it's looking like that's maybe a little bit of a pipe dream. Well, okay, alternatively, we could do robots from here, food that way, two-way trade for chips, and then minerals make goods here. And that gets this world at least to successful. Yeah, okay. I think that that's right. So let's get our tasks available here. Total production of goods up is a no-brainer, and we are going to be working on the people population. I don't know that I am going to be working on biomass. So let's do this stuff. I guess that was not a very high... that was not our greatest priority. Okay, well, whatever. And then we're definitely going to do this. And do I want to blow this up at this point? Yeah, because I'm like looking at the amount of months left in the year, and I want to make sure that we get certain things done, right? We want to establish that basic triangle first. We do this and connect those for the two-way. That gets us the one extra point of population to do this, which lets me do that. Although I guess I could have run robots to goods, huh? Well, whatever. This gets us more worlds involved in the overall trade, which is probably, you know, worth doing early. Okay, yep, and then this will increase the production of people by even one more. And now we just need to fund... we need to settle one more people world. The minerals from this do not reach the ocean. Well, let's look... oh, I'm out of money. I was gonna say, let's look near the food and or the robots. We can maybe make something happen down here. Okay, that's not ideal. If one of these is a people world, I think the... okay, the food could reach that one at least. I could send people out to here as well. Well, that's awkward. That being a forge world is not what I was looking for. I guess we have people for minerals here. If we wanted to settle this and take advantage of the goods, it's just a matter of getting a little bit of food to it, which we cannot do without some biomass. Right? All of the sources of food in this area involve biomass production. And we are not going to be receiving any biomass. That is not how our life is structured. I guess if there's another food source, like a robotable food source over here, But we can't feed food from this place to the swamp on account of the stupid forebear ruin. Really? You can't quite reach that? Alright. I was thinking if the people from here could reach the swamp world, then we could feed the biomass to here for food, and then that would make this a settle. We have to get at least 10 science in order to be able to produce that. And that's probably going to be a minute over here. It is going to be a second before that is occurring. I mean, the thing we can do, and obviously I'm a little leery, is just go ahead and settle the world anyway. I press this button and the task is complete. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Let's just get new tasks so that we can start getting incomes off of the tasks. Okay, we should definitely do this. 4 more pairs of planets with two-way trade really sucks. 4 is a lot. How are we gonna do that? But like, we are not in position to do this thing. That, I think, is maybe the worst set of tasks I've ever seen. It's like the most openly hostile, I just don't want you getting anything else done this year set of tasks in history. Can you reach the... Nope, you cannot reach the remnant world. Yeah, is there an arid world over here that we can have trade with the ocean planet? Not really. We could do that thing here. We have no way of getting food on that front, though. Also, I'm out of dollars. So I'm going to go ahead and send this so that we can send that. And then if we just commit these people to any task, they are doing the thing. They are making a successful world. Do I want to... We could come over here and produce water, which seems pretty good. Although we could do that as well with this. Man, I have $5 left and it's June. That's pretty grim. I'm looking at this and thinking, like, maybe this is where we set up our first lab. We just grab minerals. Like, obviously not right this second, but I wish you could test for locations, even if you can't afford the thing. I'm just thinking, like, person plus 2 minerals plus potentially a third, depending on how we work it. If the lab is, like, here or something, so we're just cutting this off from the rest of the universe. That seems pretty good. Have to find a productive way to spend quite a bit of time here, though, first. So I probably just do... Yeah, I just do people make biomass here, and we figure out how to make the people thing work later, probably with this ocean planet. I mean, honestly, I'd really like for that ocean planet to produce the water necessary for some of this stuff, but there's only so much we can do. And then that does not give us any asteroids to interact with or anything. We do just have to take the hit here. I do not think that we are in very good shape. So in order to get a remnant world to successful, we either have to feed this water and have it send out a robot, or we have to have this get water and send out a chip. We don't have any immediate use for a chip, but like if this does anything other than produce chips, it will need one of those eventually. So the problem is it's hard to know what this is going to become. especially since we do not see any minerals anywhere in its vicinity. All right, you can get food from that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and commit to this. Do that and have no money. Infrawave station structures are a lot of fun, but I just don't see us doing that. Like, I don't see us actually spending the tech on that. So I'm just going to take the large amount of money that will let me keep operating for a second here. Okay, beautiful. We managed to chain our problems until such time as we resolve them. And got ourselves a second two-way trade on the way. Okay. Let's go ahead and set up this lab. Like here. It's a good idea to get some science income going, and that's a lot later than I would have liked to have done it. Alright. So we could here do... There's no way for me to get food to this. I was just thinking if we made this a people world, we could do another two-way trade. Then we could send the minerals and people from here to the lab and get it up to 6 points. Which does seem pretty good, right? Like, that helps catch us up to where we probably ought to be already on science. But it does have a cost, which is that we will not be able to generate food on any of these worlds to send it to this world because we'll have built a slipway across. So we're going to have to figure out some kind of food shenanigans. Here, let's see if any of these can easily generate food. Okay. That's a slipway distance that we cannot cover yet. But we're probably going to be able to get there. Alright, I think I'm going to do it. This moves our... run out of money again. Well, I guess let's just send out a probe. Okay, interesting, not hugely useful. That's a pretty solid lab, and we'll get this taken care of eventually. Okay, so... I need one more two-way trade. I also need to get this world to successful. And it is going to have to be this one. Can you reach that? Okay. So... we can't produce biomass here with the purpose of sending it there if we want to send these chips to here, potentially. And we don't have any other way of using the chips. If we want this world to flip, it has to send chip output to there, and we have to get water from one of these two, probably that one, in order to fulfill its other need. That has to happen. So, that being the case, like, what is the thing that we want this Forge world to be doing? We're unlikely to need it to generate goods, right? The people planet in the area is already pretty set on that. We need to know where it's going to get its income from, though. Can this... this can't reach that. Well, maybe. Maybe it can once we have some advanced slipway stuff. We can make that range work. And I guess just like speculatively say robots. And now it's going to be a minute before we can actually feed this, which means it's going to be a minute before it can actually take this chip. But let's get started here and we'll okay, that's an interesting find. So I need biomass in. It's awkward. It's awkward for sure. Okay, the only problem here is range. And it's definitely conquerable. It's like, no, it's not obstructed, I mean. So we can maybe do something with that. Trying to think, like, do we want to settle more people around here or something? Again, remember, we're planning to build a slipway here, so that does cut off some of our options. It would feel a little bit silly to do a swamp at Wheeler. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to, I guess one thing I could do is this could be a colony, and then this could be a mineral world, and that could be the way that we feed the minerals into this. I actually like that. I think that that's pretty solid. Alright, we're going to pass some time here by sending out some probes, getting some sweet information. Okay. That's cool. That's interesting. That's exciting. We could set up a kind of a crummy biomass lab in here. Just take a biomass and 2 workers. Gives us a little bit of, that would be like 2 science, I think. But it does bleed off some of the population around here. Although I guess our plan is to turn that population into... Oh no, wait, we don't have turn population into stuff projects. Yeah, you know, it's honestly probably okay. We're not going to feed any resources back and forth between these worlds, so that's a thing to look at next year. Huh. That's interesting. So let's spend 1 more month here. Can I get where can I get the largest amount of useful information? Okay, pretty useful actually. So let's go Ocean World. This thing. 4th two-way trade. $80 to work with, very valuable. Do this, send the chip out, and now we just need to get water to that world somehow, which we can do. Yeah, and there's enough worlds over here that want the water. But I feel like that's got to be right. And actually, it ends up being this remnant world that flips over before the other one. Okay, colonize new planets of 8 different types, probably pretty doable. Ocean planet to prosperous looks like it might be not immediately in the cards. Can this reach? No, that does not reach there yet. It's, you know, it's maybe doable. It's maybe doable, but I kind of think that these other 2 are more doable. So, like, we definitely have a plan for setting up a lab that's going to give us a couple science. Then we need to set up 1 more lab beyond that, which is a thing that's a good idea for us to do anyway. And it's like, do we want to grab... We probably want slip amplifiers. Again, just as at the very least as a project that we can go around dropping on worlds later on. I'm going to take that. So we were going to do this thing, and I think let's go ahead and set that up. Is there any chance... There's no universe here where I run... but... I was going to say there's no universe here where we're going to, like, run stuff across there, so we could run 3 units of population to this lab. But... it might be nice if I could, Genesis this world and run the water over to Awe. I guess that doesn't even get it to successful. Although we could repurpose it, and then it would be successful. Well, you know what? That range is so short that a normal hyperdrive jump will fix it, so it's fine. We need science. We need science, and we need to commit our points of population to tasks. So now, like, pretty much any lab anywhere will get the job done. And then... actually, should that have been a robot study? Well, again, if I do a repurpose here, then we end up getting the world flipped over anyway. But I'm just thinking, like, the biomass coming off of this is more likely to be useful in more places. I'm gonna back this up. I'm gonna have that be a robot study. Because I don't think we're ever gonna move that second point of robots off of that world. Yeah, I think that's good. We can still hop the water over, and then when we repurpose this world, we can feed goods down there, and yeah. Yeah. That's all well and dandy. Okay, so we do need to set up one more lab somewhere else. Or, I suppose, we need to feed another point of minerals into this somehow. I don't think that is in the cards, it doesn't look like. No, probably not. Okay, so another lab somewhere. We'll get to it. We would need biomass to make this a food source. We were talking about making this a food source already, and it's probably the right thing to do. We need to feed biomass in, and then it can be the food source for both of those worlds, which would actually be really good. Also, can you believe we went through all of that money we earned already? Okay, so with robots, that world could produce the biomass that we need to feed this and the water for that mine. So that's definitely the hope up there. But again, we gotta actually find the robots. Is there a reason that this needs to be peopled, or that this needs to be fed right now? I don't think so. I don't think it really matters which one of these two gets the initial point of food. We can't make this connection. Oh, actually, I'm a little surprised. I thought it was going to be obstructed. But with it just being a range thing, we could maybe have this produce the people... Oh, no, sorry. Right, this is not... It's not a jungle world. It needs robots. It needs sweet robots. Alright, I'm going to found on this world. It's true, I don't have $7. And none of these asteroids are doing anything for me. Okay. Do we want wave augmentation? If we take wave augmentation now, it will mean we can never get disease eradication. Disease eradication is, in many cases, just a percentage of score, right? Like, it does do good things for us. Yeah, let's take it. Alright. So I'm just going to feed this down here for the moment. We'll get that one. We'll get that one sorted. And then, like... I'm going to run disease eradication here right now. Damn it. I will never have money. I will never have money. We gotta get some worlds flipped over. I mean, it would be nice to get a prosperous world going. It's not looking like it's in the cards to me. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of worlds that are not producing at their optimal amount of resources. We just need to get a lot more connections going. I mean, that sort of makes me want to just do this. Just commit this and then... yeah, start setting up these worlds out here. But gosh, that does not leave us with a lot of money, does it? How am I supposed to get another lab going? Like when was that gonna? When was I gonna find time for that? So next turn we have enough money to, like, it's gene adjustment and then wave augmentation from this tier probably. Gene adjustment is gonna be meaningful immediately. Like immediately. Does this connect here? Not quite. That's a shame. How do I spend the rest of this year usefully? I'm looking for like a planet that we could put down on that would allow us to do multiple months of harvesting. I guess this one, but we're not actually that likely to be able to send people here. Like, we're gonna have to settle another world nearby, but then once we've done that, we have minerals for Cetra. So this would be $5, then we would gain 12 off of it. So that would put us at $16 with not that much year left to go. I'm gonna do it. Do I want to guess at what I think I'm gonna need here? Probably not, right? Because we could settle this for 8 and then blow up this asteroid to gain 12. And actually, settling this would take us into next year. It would get us paid. So we're going to need a source of people from somewhere. We have no chips down here, so I guess there's no line being drawn from this world to that world. Can they really not reach each other? Hold on. Oh, that is out of range. Okay. So we'd have to do a project, but I mean that's, you know, that's doable. Projects can be doed. We don't have any food for this world. Although we could. So we send minerals up here, people down there. This world's going to get its people from here. I mean, that totally works. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to press the button here. We're going to grab gene adjustment for shoot. Well, because taking wave augmentation now would mean we probably wouldn't need to do projects to connect these things we're talking about, but we're so desperate for money. So desperate. All right. So which worlds are the ones that really need the okay, that reaches. So the connection between this world and that one is a problem, and the connection between this world and that one is a problem, which sucks, because that means that we have to buy a slip amplifier in 2 different places. There's no way around it. Well, there's no point in connecting these right now. So hold on, maybe I don't even bother doing that. That's all stuff that happens, but it doesn't have to happen right this second. We do disease eradication here. That gets us more income. This world will want that water, so that's good. I mean, I can do this part. I can do this part, and then we're out of money. It's rough. It's so rough. And we can get water from Wheeler 7, and that can provide water to a bunch of the mines as well. Like, we're really close to having a functioning little economic territory going here. It's just we got bottlenecked on dollars really badly in a way that's costing us a huge amount of time. Yeah, this might not be a great score. I think we're gonna have to pass the year with a really huge amount of time left. Yep. That said, $57 is a start. That's an amount that we can get some value out of. So I'm going to do amplifier here instead of there. It's not going to matter. $19. Cannot afford. Frickin'. Alright, hold on. Well, if we do that, puts us at plus 63. You would need biomass in before you could flip over to prosperous. You really need some of the worlds around you to flip, which is again like it's mostly a water problem. Hey SB, if you had planned ahead a little bit, do you feel like you could have gotten where you're going here? Yeah, I don't know, maybe, possibly. So you can produce water there and run it out to here. I'm thinking that maybe this is not the most pressing thing then. So we undo that. Run this, and then this world probably wants disease eradication. So we'll do the slip amplifier here to make that happen. And then like... there's not really a reason not to connect these. They're very close together. That's just more trade income. But then I think we do have to pass the year again. So we're going to end up with a run up here and a run down there. That's going to get a lot of worlds connected. It's going to put us in a really good position. This Forge world can eventually produce goods, but like, and honestly, no, the goods are probably coming from here, and I don't know how you're going to get goods. We'll figure that out. I have so many like half-finished projects all over the place. It's definitely not helping. All right, hold on. So if we're certainly not going to connect all these worlds right away, like before, we're not going to finish our connections before 3414. So wave augmentation is probably going to be the way we actually make these connections. We don't want to spend on the slip amplifiers yet. So let's solve problems in other places then. Let's do other things here. So we do want to do that. We really want to get robots in here, and I don't have a plan for that. So let's search for a way to do that. Okay, not a great start. Well, minerals for robot production, that's something. I wish I could actually connect to some of the forebear ruins that we have around here. So yeah, this gamble did not work out. We're gonna have to get robots in here in some kind of real non-standard way. I guess a slip relay situation will do it. So we want to do this, but that's, again, probably best accomplished with just a, with just the wave augmentation tech. So let's do this thing. That's something we can accomplish relatively quickly and easily, and it generates dollars. Okay, that becomes out of range right before it makes contact, so that's definitely how we're going to do that. So then we need to find a productive way to spend the next 3 months. Well, we know that this is going to become a source of water. I mean, we also know this. Like, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll pick up wave augmentation, and now we can run most of these without having to make big projects out of it. I'm going to start with this one. Okay, that's done some good work. We are also going to... So you would need 2 import routes. You're not ready to flip. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any more work we can do on some of these. So when the minerals connect in a second here, that's going to be pretty good. But once again, we have created this situation where I can't actually afford to run the Slip project because like we go through our money so quickly at the beginning of each year. Yeah, we may as well do that. So this is going to generate more people in a second anyway. And then we are out of income and we pass the turn. Pass the year. There's no connection that can be made between these. Yeah, we are really not in a very good position for making worlds prosperous. And I did not spend enough time thinking ahead about how we were going to do our prosperouses. This finally getting connected is going to be huge. Okay, so this world is so close to becoming prosperous. There's no way for me to get chips to there. There's no way for me to get water to there yet. I would need people in, water out. On this one, I can do water out, but I cannot do the people in. This one needs water in, which we cannot do. Yep, and there's no other way to connect that to anything. Frustrating. This world desperately needs for there to be sources of goods for those worlds, which we cannot do. We're going to need enlightenment. For some reason, I thought we had taken repurposing. Were we looking at a different arrangement of... we probably were. Okay, well... The next thing we pick up then is enlightenment, and we use enlightenment to solve a lot of these people problems, and that'll flip this world to prosperous. No, it won't. That world needs biomass. Well, once the Genesis project, etc., we have 10,000 different things that we're waiting on here for stuff to actually get good. And in the meantime, we're just not producing enough money to run a functional empire. Maybe we do need to stay on challenging for a little while longer. What do you think? All right, so how am I going to spend this 15 space bucks in the most useful possible way? And we can set up water output over here, and that does help a little bit. That will allow me to generate some money. Plus 92. And we do this thing, which sucks. But it's all trade value. So we definitely take this now, and I don't see any... Is there a good reason to wait? Now, unfortunately, we can't make this world prosperous no matter what we do. This world's not in a bad place to get some stuff done, though. So you need to be connected to one more prosperous world, and you actually have enough outputs and stuff already. But like doing this, yeah, doing that does the thing. Okay, so now we have 106. We're getting there. We're getting there. Do love a prosperous world. We do still need to generate a little bit more science. So right now, like studying biomass or chips could be good. Studying water could be good. But as it stands right now, we do not have a position where we can put down a lab and actually generate very much from it. So we have to create such a position. I guess... No, we have a mineral lab already. So this mineral, sending in mineral plus 2 resources, or 2 researchers, would not do the job there. Is there another world over here? Okay, there is a world over here that could generate more biomass. But we don't have a good way of getting robots to it. We have some spare people over here. But just not a lot of loose resources, unfortunately. With two remnant planets close to each other like this, we could potentially generate something. Can you reach? You can reach that. So, yeah, there's some possibility that we could generate a pretty good, like, biomass lab over here. Let's get a little bit more information. That's not going to work. Okay, very awkward. So we could use one of the primordial worlds to generate biomass to produce food off of the other one to send up here, but that puts us in a not very good position as far as this hypothetical lab goes, because we really want both of these worlds to be producing biomass. However, we would need robots over here to generate food, which cannot happen. Okay, so this is where this becomes out of range. We could do a slip project on this. If we can make this generate food. God, everything is so many steps. We do have a forebear facility that we have access to that we didn't before, I think. We just generate some money. How much was that? 17? I think we're going to have to destroy that one anyway. Alright, show me something really good. That's not so good. Making this a place where we send people to turn them into dollars is not a bad idea, actually. If we were to get 8 extra science right now, it would change very little. Although, actually... Was it 8? No, it was 6. Okay. So 6 science plus the 24 that we're currently pulling. Yeah, it wouldn't get us to Genesis cells. So we get Genesis cells in 3418 anyway. It actually doesn't help at all. I think I might just turn it into spend person to get money. So I think spend person to get money is pretty valuable for us. Especially since we're talking about making this lab work up here. We have no way of generating robots anywhere over here to make any of this stuff work at all. Basically, things are going really well. I'm going to do this. Pass us into this next year. And then... Yeah, it's a shame that these are all worlds where we have to use robots to get the biomass. And then the one where you can use people is blocked off from the place that we have people. It's just sort of a rough galaxy, you know? We do desperately need the science, though. It's very, very desperate, in fact. We could do this, but it's going to make it impossible for us to put the lab where we want. Well... Okay. 8 science does in fact get us Genesis cells right now. Not sure. So you can't do that unless the planet is at least established. We're never going to be able to get robots over here. This is a bona fide failure. Okay. Well, the plan can just be biomass, feed the lab, and then I think it kind of has to be. Just do stuff and then figure it out later. I guess, actually, I'm not even going to send people to this right now, so we don't need to do that. Hooray, science. For solving my problems. Like with hyperdrive. Hyperdrive is going to be valuable to us, for sure. So we need to settle one more type of world. What are we missing here? You know, Remnant is not on this list. Is there a Remnant world around here? Arid is not on that list. Not that I want to settle an Arid world, but I at least could. It doesn't look like we do have access to a Remnant world. What about, was Arctic? Yes, Arctic we have used. Okay, Remnant. We need people for Remnant to make sense. I'm like absolutely desperate for a source of food. Well, we have no way of getting robots. Is this habitable? Well, that's a shame. That would have changed a lot. It's like we can do chips very easily here, but there's no way to produce food in this area. And there's actually nothing we can do about that. For the moment, until we have more powerful technology. Yep, and every place where there could be a solution, there isn't. So... Alright, if this is robots, we can robot across to here and make food. So we need people to make minerals, minerals to make robots, robots to make food. And then that would mean this world could take on the food, but we can't get chips over there. Yeah, I am in desperate need of like slipway technology, slip relay rather. All right, I'm gonna do this to get our task complete. But we're definitely going to do these two things, right? So... as things stand right now, we are not going to get hyperdrives next turn, or next year, which is a problem. But it's a problem I don't really know how to fix. If we had 2 more science income there, that would solve it. So if this world is roboted, then it's producing... yeah, like if we do this is robots. Robots to here for mechanized harvest. That allows me to send what I need to the lab to get us the technology that we want next year. I'm going to do that. We have to do it in this order, because otherwise we don't have the, otherwise we don't get it done in time. Send that to there. That's pretty useful. And we still have to figure out a way of generating people over here, but like it's looking more doable. If this is a people generating world, we end up being fine-ish. Devastating. So we have some money now, we can start doing some things. I think it is pretty important that we do that. You can do this and Genesis Cell. Now, what does this need? Just one more of its connectors to be good, which makes enlightenment on these worlds pretty strong. I'm trying to figure out if there's any place that I think it's like very important. I guess actually, this also does it. Is there any place around here? Yes, there's absolutely no reason not to do this, right? I was thinking like any location where we do actually get to connect goods, it would be better to save the project for disease eradication and just create another export, right? So that's the only reason I'm hesitating on any of these. Because we could do minerals to goods there, disease eradication, and then connect that to here, and that makes this world prosperous. I do like it. So we just slip amplify that. Oh, right, we don't even need disease eradication for that. Still good to do it that way. This one definitely just gets enlightened, though. So how many more? You need one more happy world? Oh. Okay, there we go. We're getting stuff done. Okay, we need trade route for one more type of good. Chips would be a good one. We definitely have some locations where there are chips and some locations where there need to be. We sent people already. Food? Is there a place where we still need to do a food move? We still need to make food for this somehow. If we could just get a robot over to here, it solves a lot of our problems. Like a lot of our problems. We just don't have enough robots. You never have enough robots, you know? What is my plan for our next technology? I actually have no idea. So I need a people-generating world over here somewhere, and I need to get a robot over to here to generate biomass to create food for that. Or, like, if one of these worlds was amenable to that project, that would be cool as well. Okay, well that's not exactly... I would really love to get all those signals at once, but fine. Yeah, alright. Because if this had been like a primordial world, we could have fed the food back to here to get a point of population to send here to get the biomass over. No such luck. I am noticing something about my luck lately. This run, at least. So once we have slip relays, obviously a lot of this gets a lot easier. It is wild how inhospitable huge portions of this have been, though. Okay, so if we're gonna use... We could use the hyperdrive somehow to get this running. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to hyperlane anything over to there. Gosh, we need robots. Just a really a staggering quantity of robots, it turns out. And And there's no worlds anywhere in the top part of this map that can produce them under any circumstances. Because a robot here produces 2 extra points of biomass and 2 extra points of water by allowing us to also Genesis cell the world, which means we can go biomass, biomass. Or no, sorry, this world needs people. We go biomass here. We might even, with the upgraded hyper range, we could probably even reach that, but I guess we don't need to. Which solves that and this simultaneously. It's like, yeah, we just need... How do I get robots? There's no way for me to repurpose anything into robots. There's no way to use energy. The only thing we can do is like pick up Slipstream Relay and use a combination of that plus the hyperlanes to get robots up to here, which is doable at the very least. We've certainly done things like that before. I think on this one, we're probably going to have to just accept enlightenment. Would this be... Okay, yeah, that is in fact accessible. So never mind that thing I just said. Here's a route that has value. I don't know what else to do, but that was definitely like a thing that does something. Feels like a nice change of pace. So you need another import route really badly. Can I reach with that? That doesn't make that world prosperous, does it? I don't think so. I already ran a project here. You just need to be connected with a world that is doing better, so you need population as well, actually. But there ain't any around. Well, what are we gonna do about that? I don't know. I'm gonna do this though. So that's got us in a pretty okay spot. How much more export do you need? You need 1 more export or import. And we can do that. Does that flip this world as well? It does. Just like flipping stuff over while we wait for science to accumulate. I suppose the other thing we could be doing is founding more labs. Founding more labs doesn't get this turned over though. When this becomes prosperous, it will not produce another chip. But yeah, producing another lab at this point is just not worth it, I don't think. So we still need to actually make another goods type move. So once we get slip relays, it's like hyper jump, slip relay. Can I do a hyper? No, I cannot. That is actually very brutal. So yeah, we can jump over to anywhere in here, but that's not going to work. So the only source of robots we have anywhere. Okay, how about over here? So we can jump into this area, but we can't do that on this side. Definitely can't jump into that. Yeah, okay, so we can't use the robots from here either. I suppose I could use the robots from here with like a sort of a circuitous... Yeah, there's a version of that works. It's very expensive, but it does work. which is more than can be said for every other version of this thing. Does it says, yeah, just slipways connecting to this planet have a greater range. So there's no way that running a slip amplifier on this would allow me to. We can test it. No, it works exactly the way it says it works. What a shame. You know what? I'm going to do this. We're going to go ahead and connect that there. Because we can then connect this here. And then we can just worry about the rest of it later. So, I don't want to grab reactionless drive, right? Because we are actually going to... We need slipstream relay in order to connect this robot up. Or we have to find another source of robots. Well, okay. We still need... Yeah. That doesn't actually solve the problem. I am going to go ahead and pop enlightenment here. But this gives us a much better way of doing this thing, at least. It's going to take a lot fewer relays. The relay is not ideal here, and it's definitely going to... Yeah, I should not do anything else. Sorry, hold on. We are definitely planning to increase the number of prosperous planets. We are not going to get either of these other things done, though. I feel pretty sure of that. Okay. Oh, right. We need 2 robots. Damn it. I don't know why I was thinking, because the world wasn't established yet. I was thinking it was gonna... There's no level 2 on this world, though. Mechanized harvest need... but it still does allow me to do... Okay. Yeah. Getting it to established allows me to do Genesis, which does take care of this. Okay. So now, we only have 1 world, 2 worlds. We have 2 worlds in one part of the map that do not have their needs met. Fixing that is definitely a priority. As far as happiness goes, as far as my score goes. So let's see. You need 1 more planet to become successful. More robots would be awfully helpful. Or we could connect you to something else that dispenses people, except no, we cannot. There aren't any things. You just need to be connected to more successful worlds. Same here. The chip world is probably... Yeah, we can probably make that happen. No, we totally can. Okay. Let's do that. Can't afford. Man. Stupid restrictions on my point scoring. There we go. Alright, so now you're going to need 1 more import or outport. Outport. Well, in a pinch we can totally do that. Right, I could hyper lane to here to a relay placed here and then connect it to this world. If we could get water to this one, then it would produce the minerals necessary to level that one. Or I could just do disease eradication here. Yeah, and we could connect this to any place that needs people, which there's a fair number of those around. It's a shame they're all out of leap range. But that's absolutely doable. We still really need water for this world, like pretty badly. If I do disease eradication here, we can use that to solve one of these rather than having these both get solved by some world up here. We can just do a really ugly sequence somewhere over here. It's probably not going to be feasible for us to do an actual, like, a colony world in here and then have them hyper jump, but yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I'm in the just spend a huge amount of money to fix the problem space. So are there any other asteroids we can blow up that are, like, good? Nope. Okay. Generate small amount of money. Okay. So if we had water in there, it would actually be pretty great. So, I mean, is this going to be hyper jump, relay, hyper jump? That feels very expensive. Oh, no, okay. It can just be one relay. Okay. You needed a project anyway, although we cannot afford to actually do the project. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of very expensive... I'm doing a lot of stuff that costs a lot of money without moving time forward at all, so that's going to create issues like that. But that's important because it makes the planet down here prosperous. And then it's like, can you do 4 more prosperous worlds in 2 years? Because if so, you absolutely should. 4 more. You're not that close. But we could make some connections, potentially. You just need 1 more import or export, which we can do. You need to get robots somewhere, which is kind of awkward at the moment. I think we can do it. We can absolutely do it. We can absolutely do it. So that's 2 right there. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, the problem's already solved, it turns out. This is not... Yeah, that's not going to be enough exports. Where else can we prosper? Additional robot in over here is very good. So we are going to have enough science next year for stable jumps. With stable jumps, we can totally flip this over. Is there something better to do with that? Probably not, actually. Yeah, this is not going to be one of my highest scoring games, but it's okay. And then, like, we do need to spend a ton of money just projects, right? Just doing projects everywhere. Jump tech is probably not going to be enough to make this connection. Is there a better place to drop off an extra point of goods or to import an extra point of something else? Actually, this is totally what we want to do, right? Yeah, we want to drop minerals from here into that world. I don't think that the range increase is gonna be enough here. I think we're gonna have to use a slipway. So now you just need 1 more planet around you to flip over or to be connected to something. We don't have a spare source of water in the area. We could. Oh, well, this actually could be Genesis, right, but that's the point of water you already have. Well, yeah, I could just make this a water world and hyperlane that. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's not the problem I'm solving. I'm not trying to get this another import. I'm trying to get it connected to another good world. This world will never upgrade. So we can't go minerals in here because there aren't any actual minerals left. God, we have a bunch of these worlds that are they're just like so close. We did a project here already. It might actually be worth settling another people producing world somewhere near here if we have a source of stuff for it. Just because we actually have enough worlds that need people that we could at the very least get it to successful. I could try to get the people from over here. I said these are people I already have, right? So getting these people onto the worlds where they're needed is actually very high value. This one might be reachable with the jump upgrade. Yeah, getting a person from here to there is pretty not trivial. So if I do this, this'll work. Oh, right, sorry, you can't do... The leaps can't work like that. So we will be able to connect the last 2 points of people from Sylph 6 to these two worlds, but we're going to have to wait until the year flips over to do it. So in the meantime, what else can we do that's worth points? How else do I score? There's a lot of places where we want to do some waiting. So I guess the correct answer for right now is go around... But that doesn't cost time. There's no sense in just dropping projects on worlds because it doesn't cost us any time. So we can do that in one big sweep at the end. And if we don't do it in one big sweep at the end, I'm going to get real forgetful. So it's probably a good idea to do it that way. You need successful worlds, but you're gonna have a hell of a time connecting to enough stuff out here in the boonies. We have food there that can't really go anywhere. I think we're a little low on connection value. Okay, this is useful. We can make this a water world and flip that to successful. Do you need... All you need is one more... Okay, so this world's going to become prosperous when... I don't know, this is... What am I talking about? We need water and come over here. Which we would solve by getting robots up to that. Which, again, is a task that has to wait until we have the greater gates. Or the greater jumps. Right? Yeah. We have a lot of things that are going to have to get done when we have the big jumps. I guess I can right now build the slipways that are, or the relays that are going to be necessary for that, though. That's time we can spend now. And then I am running a little low on cash. Yep. Well, do we have a plan for this? So basically we need this world to receive a person. When it does, it will produce an extra point of water. So if there's a way to get food to this world, then... Well, there isn't. There isn't. Well, yeah, and there's no food anywhere down here. Because, you know, like adding another planet, if we get it to at least successful, it's providing lots of points. I hate that I can't search both of those. Where's the nearest point of food? Yeah. Okay, well, we did a pretty good job of working out all of that food stuff there. We can move food from here. What is even the right way to do that? It is something like this, right? It's like slipway there, and then hop, hop, hop. But I don't know if that's going to end up being even doable. I'd be better off just delivering the point of minerals that's on this somewhere that's already successful. Yeah, that's the right move. Unfortunately, I'm going to run out of money. That's probably a hyperlane, actually. That's how I want to do that. Am I just passing? It feels wrong. If there's any asteroid anywhere that has value, we should fire it. Okay, that was dollars positive. Because like that's where we're at right now, is just every dollar counts territory. All right, I think I'm just gonna press the button here. Let's just move over. We get stable jumps as our last tech, and then this enables a whole bunch of shenanigans. But also, we got to remember that it is of significant value to us to just run a bunch of projects too. So don't necessarily want to spend all of our money doing that. However, that move did make several worlds prosperous, so hard to argue with that one. If this world had a good export, or this world had an extra import, this one would this one would flip over, and I would really love for that to happen. The nearest food accepting world is here. That works. How much more do you need? An import or export? Well, that's easy enough. So each world that we move from established to prosperous is 160 stars, and each project is 150 stars. Actually, each world that we move from established to prosperous is 160 stars plus 1 heart. So that's definitely still the priority. All right, so my plan was to do this thing with some jumps. Is that still looking like the best way to do that? We've already done projects on you. You don't have a project yet. All right, but the point of water that's down here is already that point of water. If we get this water down to here, though, this world is connected to... Well, we can connect it to this. Yeah, this world will totally get prosperous. And it'll give us 150 stars for activating this one. But that is, that's a 3-month project, right? Because it's build a slip relay and then connect. Do we have faster points available? This world I was going to connect via a jump. Okay, that's good. This world needs to take in a mineral or a chip, or put out a robot. Oh, right. The point of connecting this to here was not just turning this world over. It was helping this world out too. So that's still probably worth doing. Let's go for... So, I mean, it's more important... Hold on a second. It's more important to make this connection happen if we can. So what was my plan? How exactly am I planning to do that? I can't quite... Will this work? Yes. Unfortunately, I can't use the alt spacing indicator for this because it doesn't show... At least I don't think it does. Hold on, let's see. If I right-click... Nope, if I right-click that, it just makes the thing disappear. So right there, does that connect? I think it does. I think it does. I just have to put this down in the right spot. Boy, that sure wasn't showing us out of range moments ago. This thing is so finicky. All right, I'm gonna mark it with my finger here on the monitor. Yep, okay. It's just lying to me about where it can actually reach. This is a little bit further. This is, I think, too far from that one, though. Well, you know what? It is really high value. I will spend the extra time. I should have checked. I was thinking it's the middle of 3425. There's no way it'll be worth taking a task, but we should have checked. We actually might have been able to accomplish that task. All right, so at this point, we're out of money. Like, completely out of money. I ran us exactly out of money there, so there's no way that we can do anything else of value, right? But this ended up being pretty decent. We got a lot of prosperous worlds, which is what's always going to happen when you take that that perk, right? The Dender, which is very, very powerful. I think I'm just going to go ahead and resign on that. So that was not one of our best performances ever. Yeah, we're not making it to full stars, but 24K is all right. So we ended up only getting 1,800 stars for Project Focus, but in the end, I didn't see a time when it made more sense to spend money on Project Focus than it did on just connecting planets. Because like I said, right, each successful to prosperous bump is 160 stars plus the percentage bonus from happiness. So that project would have to accomplish some very serious stuff. Yeah, all right. You know, it's a score. The thing about it is technically a score, and no one can argue with that. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully, be able to get this microphone sound to where I want it without having to spend quite so many hours on it on the rest of the days this week. So the episodes will come down a little earlier. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time tomorrow for the tough one. I'm actually absolutely terrified after the performance I just saw here. And we'll see you then.